Well, happy New Year's Eve, as we are just wrapping up our third performance of four here at beautiful Pima County Fairgrounds. What an incredible event, but most importantly, what an amazing year we've had. We are sitting here now with Shaunalee Hinkins, who is our current high money winner for 2024, as we wrap up our final couple of days. What's your reflection of what 2024 has been like for you and your family?
Oh, it's been absolutely incredible. The opportunity that I've had this year to go to amazing events. It's some of the most beautiful facilities and cities all over this country has been such a huge blessing. And it's something that I would have probably never done if Xtreme hadn't have taken us there.
We got you out of town, small town girl.
Yes, you
Yeah.
pushed me out of my comfort zone, but it's very well been worth it.
Well, you had a lot of strategy going into this, and it not only has taken you and propelled you to the top, but it also has helped you and your horse program. And you have such a solid horse program anyway. The Hinkins are a multi-generational family, and they have raised some of the fastest quarter horses on the flat track and now have converted them over to the barrel racing world. So tell us a little bit about your horse program over in Castle Dell RGR.
Like you said, it's a multi-generation program. My father-in-law and his brother started it over 40 years ago, and our strengths have been on the racetrack. That's where it all started. And Ross and David, they bought really, really nice bred stallions and mares right from the get-go. And those bloodlines have ran through our program for all of these years. And we have figured out which ones can run and stay sound and have great minds. And we talked before, we also have a cattle ranch, and so we use our horses on the ranch, and they're huge to that livelihood, because they're also our working horses, not just our performance horses.
And you make a really good point, Shaunalee, that there's so much more than just a fast horse.
Right.
It has to have the right conformations. It has to be able to endure these rigorous schedules that we put on them. And your program has been so solid and so consistent. And I've known Ross and David for that 40 years,
Yeah.
and was side by side with them in their early days of racing. And what a fun thing. Really hard workers. Your work ethic is there. It wasn't just money that got you there. That's one of the most commendable things, is when you take it, from the grassroots up, literally a little teeny town of how many people in your town?
Oh, it's not very big.
Yeah, no, it's very small. But, to produce that type, it's not like you're at some big Texas ranch and doing this. And really kudos and high honors to you and your family for what you've done. And I'm so excited that you married into that and that you started taking those very powerful horses. You're such a small little jockey and you set them so well. But I'll tell you what, they're not always easy to ride when you get those horses right off the track. Give us some of your pointers, if you will, about doing that.
A lot of our horses that come home from the racetrack, we bring them back down just by moving cows with them and letting them be horses and putting a little more of a handle on them. I've got some amazing colt starters who do a fantastic job that get them really broke. So that's huge, is just having the talent and the ability and the speed there, but it's controllable and they're trainable. And so that's huge. I appreciate my colt starters so much. They do a great job.
You're right. If you don't have a good foundation, then you're always fixing.
Right.
It's a constant fix and battle without having a solid foundation. And I do believe that's been a lot of your success. So you've ridden hundreds of horses. Any favorites?
Oh, right now, I mean, Raina, she's my once in a lifetime. She's just amazing.
Tell me, what's her breeding?
She is by King Air, who is a son of Dash to Fame, and then he's out of a special effort mare. And then her mother is a Ronus Ryan and Streak and Six bred mare.
All right. And are you going to have babies out of her? Or have you pulled embryos? What are you doing?
We haven't yet. I would love to do that eventually. Yeah, it's definitely something that you love to do as a breeder. But right now I'm really enjoying her as an athlete and a competitor, and maybe in her future we'll have Raina babies.
Well, you have two young, beautiful children. Your daughter,
Yes.
Chaz, has been riding. It's so exciting. What does that do to a mama's heart to see her on those horses you've been running?
Oh, it's everything. You know how special it is when you train a horse and that horse takes you places and helps you achieve your goals, and then when they take care of your babies.
Yeah, that's everything.
It's
You know,
everything.
we talk about that generational love of the horse, and it's so embedded in us, and to pass that down, and then to have your little girl pick up the bug and the fever too, and
Yeah.
to see her out there, my eyes go moist as well, because it's just, yeah, I mean, I watched you you had the kids. It's different for women. I mean, you had to have the babies, raise the babies,
Yeah.
and then come back in and try to be competitive at a really top level. So, who inspires you?
Oh, there's so many people in my corner. I have an amazing support group that does help me with my kids. Chase's parents, Ross and Janine, they have been incredible to help me with my kids, so I could take a minute and kind of keep my program going. And as far as people who inspire me, there's so many amazing moms out there that are killing it every single day. They're riding their horses, they're taking care of their kids, and it's hard. And I have to commend them, because I know how hard it is. And just keep going, keep driving, keep trying. Make sure you're taking care of your babies, but take care of yourself too, because you cannot pour from an empty glass. So just keep doing the very best you can, and thank you.
Well, it's been, I just smile at what's even more for your future. Of your new babies, who are you excited about?
Oh, I have a futurity colt this year. This is her first big race that I brought her to, and I was hesitant to bring her, but I knew Xtreme was a wonderful place to crack out a new baby, because the ground is good, and it's going to be a good experience for her. And every day she's gotten better and better, and I'm so tickled with her. She's a 4-year-old coming 5-year-old. She's a Rex Hill. That's one of our stallions that we stand. And just like all my other ones, I raised her from a baby and trained her and built her up and got her to this point. And so she's one I'm really excited about. She's really, really quick, and she really wants to work. And I'm just trying to help build
She was
her there.
impressive, and that's the thing. They're green.
Yes.
There's a lot to see with our big arena banners, and every arena is a little different. And thank you for adding, the ground is such a key factor.
It's huge.
We added the futurity back in, and it's been good. It's growing, and we do it as a 3 division with a 7/10 split, so that you don't have to be the very fastest. I mean, we
Right.
saw futurity colts here running the 15 flats. Last year, Sherry Survey's run a 14.9. So it's really hard to compete at that level all the time, but you need to get the horses in and get them that experience, and then it gives them that opportunity also to get some money and to add to their lifetime earnings. So we are so happy and thrilled. We love it that you're on the jumping for joy at the Wall of Fame. What was your biggest check you've taken home? You've had several of these big yellow checks.
Yes. I've taken home two $27,000 checks. I won one in Salina, Utah. I believe it was the second year we had the Xtreme million. And then my second one was in Reno this year. So that was a huge check. It really helped set me up for the year to help me keep going down the road.
And you've been able to run on house money.
Yes.
You win those big checks and you get those
Yep.
big certificates. And how fun is that to be able to run on house money? And
It's huge. It's huge. I think you guys are so smart to do that because we can take that money and we can either put it back to entry fees or the burn store. We can utilize that to basically help us get down the road. And so it's been huge. I've been able to enter more of the side pots, and it ups my odds to make great money.
and it got you to Waco.
Yes, it got me to Waco.
Yeah, and you won another big check in Waco.
I did. Yep, and Waco got me to Reno. So
That's right. Waco got you to Reno, got you to 60,000 in earnings. What a pleasure it is to sit down
Yes.
with you, Shawnee. All the best. Can't wait to see what 2025 does for you. Our highest money winner of 2024, Shawnee Hinkins, well deserved. We'll see you all back here tomorrow for our last performance of our